Hi, this is especially for my students who are doing general paper, economics and management of business. Let me just try to relate this news that I just found out. I just read that Mark Cuban, many of you may have heard of this guy's name. He's one of the judges on this show called Shark Tank. And he just created an online pharmacy, like a true capitalist. And he actually promises to actually buy pharmaceutical prescription drugs wholesale and then have perhaps I think a 15% markup with a bit of pharmaceutical fees, I guess, for the pharmacist to provide some counseling if you need those drugs. And they claim that in America, some of these drugs, if you get from wholesale, they'll be taxed as high as 100% to 1,000%. And what Mark Cuban has done is he tries to cut the middleman and um, all that, which I find is very funny because when you think of pharmaceutical drugs and pricing, you would think that the US government would be the fastest way. So this is linked to economics. Somehow or other, I feel there's a breakdown in government intervention because the price of drugs could be very high, pharmaceutical drugs, life-saving drugs, very high. So this is reverse. It's just like the price sector saying that, hey, the prices are too high. There's a very big demand for it. I'm going to go in to cut the middleman. So in economics, this is like a breakdown in government, breakdown in fiscal policy, where you have to privatize something that people normally feel it shouldn't be privatized, especially when you're talking about leukemia drugs that he's selling. That's number one. So economics. Number two, in terms of general paper, when you start to enter into the pharmaceutical industry, there's a level of ethics because um, if you lower the price of drugs, would that make the population want to consume more than usual? Because if they paid a certain sum for a drug and now they're so cheap, would they say that, okay, why don't I start to buy more of it because I think I need a drug for a long term? So would there be a creation of hoarding? Would that be a kind of mentality that, hey, I don't think I should force myself to wean out from these drugs because now they're so much cheaper. Why don't I buy more of it and give myself more time to wean out of the drug? So that's the general paper argument. Is what he's doing now for A levels, right? Argument. Is it ethical? Not ethical. Now for management of business, um, do you think that his company is sustainable? I do understand that online, he's showing how online business, he cut off all the buildings and infrastructure. But I'm a bit worried about the insurance claim. How long is it sustainable? And um, the amount of professional advice that his potential customers will get, right? Are they going to be world class? What if people start to do self medication? Would there be any lawsuit, right? And how would that affect his bottom line? Because I feel that what he's done is entrepreneurial, very he's risk taker. It's wonderful. He's rocking the market. But as a stakeholder, if you're a stakeholder, you're an investor, he's going to sell bonds perhaps to fund this idea, right? Do you think that as a stakeholder, as a shareholder, you're going to support him? Or you feel that maybe he may not be the right person in this industry, especially when COVID variants are coming out? Is this a good way? So very interesting.